Hello YouTubers, I'm glad you're watching the Mess About One channel today, and I wanted to come on and do a couple of things. The first thing I want to do is thank my new subscribers. I think the subscriber number now is up to, I think it's right at 140. I'd have to look to make sure, but real near 140. And before long I want to do a video that kind of pays tribute to my subscribers, and thanks everybody for joining in on the Mess About One channel. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is on a couple of videos in the past I've made reference to unexplained things in my life. I think 2 videos I made. Folks seem to like those, and I think the 2 I made before were about ghost stories. They were true stories, but yet even to this point in my life still unexplained. But I had something happen just yesterday that I can't understand and can't explain, but I wanted to tell you about it and maybe get your opinions on what happened or what you think happened. I work in a city that's 40 miles away from where I live, a city in northeastern Alabama called Huntsville, Alabama. It's a quite good-sized city for this part of the country. A lot of high-tech engineering type work goes on there. I've been working down there for about 20 years now. I drive back and forth every day. And yesterday was my birthday, by the way. I was 61 years old yesterday. And before you wish happy birthday, I thank you for the good birthday wishes. Had a real good birthday. But anyway, I was coming home yesterday afternoon, and I normally leave out before rush hour. But yesterday, I left at right out rush hour and got in. It's fairly heavy traffic. There's an interstate that runs right close to the research park where I work, and I get on the interstate coming toward my home, which, like I said, is about a 40-mile drive. And I just got on it's an 8-lane interstate at that time. It's I-565, an interstate that runs straight through the middle of Huntsville. I just gotten on 565, and it's always very crowded, and everybody always drives up to above the speed limit. Most people drive around 75 or 80, and if you're going to drive on that interstate, you match the speed of the traffic. And I just merged and got my speed up out in the traffic yesterday. And where I come on the interstate, I have to move over 4 lanes to get in the lane that comes toward my hometown. So that's one of the first things I do is get my speed up and move over in the left-hand lane, and then so I want to change lanes later on to come in this direction. Did that yesterday, got over that left-hand lane, and I was doing probably 80 miles an hour faster than I probably should drive, but still it was the speed of the other traffic. And I noticed up in front of me, not too far, everybody drives fairly close, kind of tailgating in the heavy traffic. There was a work truck, a pickup truck, and this truck had a big ladder, a big aluminum ladder on the back of it, protruding out the back over the tailgate up in the air, and it looked to be maybe a 18 foot ladder when it was collapsed down. And I was running along about 80 miles an hour behind this truck with this ladder on it, and it was like I saw a video in my head, in my brain, and that video said to me, that ladder is going to topple out of that truck. And if you don't do something, that ladder is going to come through your windshield with dire consequences. I mean, it popped into my mind without me thinking about it. There was no outside indication that something was about to happen, except that image, that video popped in my mind. And it was so strong that when it popped in my mind, I applied my brakes, slid my tires on the pavement, which slowed me up, backed me off from that truck. I also swerved to the left over in a wide emergency lane, and still skidding the truck. And this was before anything happened. I'd done that as soon as I had that image. And almost the instant that I started applying my brakes and moving to the left, that ladder came out of that truck and flipped and came back to what would have been my windshield if I hadn't gone to the left and gotten out of the way. It didn't hit me. I didn't hit anything. I came on home shaky on the way home. The truck that lost it never slowed down. Went on, and I know for sure he knew he lost it. Of course, he couldn't turn around, been on the interstate. But now I don't know what happened behind me, but the last time I saw, the ladder was just doing circles, sliding down the interstate about 80 miles an hour behind me. But my point is, what was that told me before that happened that if you don't do something, you're going to be hurt very bad or killed? And something told me that. Now, I don't know what that was. My wife attends church a lot more than I do, and has a stronger faith in God than I do. And she says it was divine intervention. That could be an explanation. Maybe it was. But whatever it was, something, like I say, I didn't have any indication other than seeing the ladder in the back of the truck. It wasn't bouncing around, wasn't swerving. There was no danger there, but something was there strong enough to tell me this is about to happen and you'd better do something about it. So that's another one of my unexplained instances, and that just happened yesterday afternoon about 5:30. And I don't know that I'll ever convince myself in my mind how I was able to know that was going to happen and take evasive action before it did happen. But it happened. It's all true. And if you have any explanation, maybe my wife's explanation is it. Maybe it was divine intervention. She says she has connections, and maybe she does. But anyway, I wanted to tell you about that and let you be thinking about it, and see what your feelings and comments might be on another of my several unexplained happenings. Good night.